entryway of a home is more than just a space. It's the handshake, the warm embrace, and the quiet introduction that greets every visitor. In American interior traditions, the entryway holds emotional and symbolic weight. It reflects not only the aesthetic of the home but the personality of those who live within it. Today, we'll explore how to style this important space using the heartfelt charm of handmade, imperfect beauty. A style that honors authenticity, craftsmanship, and natural elements in a way that feels both deeply nostalgic and refreshingly modern. Handmade Imperfect Beauty is a design philosophy that embraces wabi-sabi influences, American folk craft traditions, and the soulful textures of hand-touched materials. In a world that constantly seeks polish and perfection, this approach is a gentle rebellion. It's about letting raw wood grains show, allowing clay to curve organically, and honoring the mark of the maker. When applied to entryway styling, it creates an atmosphere that's grounded, welcoming, and quietly artistic. To bring this philosophy into your entryway, start with natural materials. Opt for unfinished or lightly finished woods in benches, shelves, or coat racks. Think reclaimed barnwood consoles, driftwood accent pieces, or hand-carved side tables. These materials tell stories through their imperfections. Each knot, grain, and uneven edge becomes a point of interest, not something to hide. Pair them with woven baskets or jute rugs to ground the space in tactile warmth. The colors of this style are soft and muted, echoing the earth. Think terracotta, clay, sand, sage, and stone. These shades don't scream for attention. They whisper calm. Painting an accent wall in a weathered olive tone or adding a clay-hued vase gives your entryway a cohesive and calming presence that immediately slows the pace as one steps inside. One beautiful trend in handmade styling is sourcing or creating entryway furniture with visible tool marks, hand-hewn textures, or uneven finishes. A bench with rough edges or a shelf with asymmetric brackets brings character and a sense of uniqueness. These pieces don't just fill a function, they radiate warmth and story, inviting guests to sit, pause, and feel the spirit of the home. Soft elements like textiles help balance the rawness of natural furniture. Consider layering a hand-woven runner across your floor. Drape a hand-knit throw or quilt over a bench. Hang a tapestry or a macrame wall hanging near the door. These pieces bring in softness and movement, and the irregularities in there weave only deepen the sense of handmade charm. Instead of store-bought prints, decorate the walls with handmade art. Try a framed watercolor painting by a local artist, a family member's pottery hung in shadow boxes, or abstract pieces done with natural pigments on recycled paper. These artistic touches make your entryway not only beautiful but deeply personal. Ceramics are a quintessential part of handmade beauty. In your entryway, a hand-thrown bowl for keys or a wonky vase with dried wildflowers can become a signature accent. Their irregular forms evoke the human hand and give the impression of a curated space, not a manufactured one. Storage solutions in this style are both functional and sincere. Consider installing hand-forged iron hooks or a small handmade cubby shelf for shoes and accessories. These elements don't hide their purpose. They embrace it with beauty and grace. The visible joints, welds, and screws tell a story of craftsmanship and care. When it comes to lighting, skip the overly modern or polished fixtures. Look for pendant lights made with paper, linen, wrought tan, or frosted glass that casts a soft glow. Even better, choose a handmade paper lantern or a clay lamp with an uneven surface that creates shadows and ambience unique to your space. Adding plants is always a good idea, especially in the entryway. Select rustic or hand-painted terracotta planters. Let the greenery contrast beautifully with the rough textures around it. Use dried florals for low-maintenance elegance or fresh eucalyptus branches in a ceramic pitcher for a timeless touch. Combining old and new is key to making this style feel genuine. Hunt for vintage frames, mirrors with patina, or old storage crates repurposed into seating. American flea markets and antique stores are treasure troves for unique entryway decor that can't be replicated. Every piece adds depth and history to your styling. Mirrors near the entryway help open the space, but in this style, choose one with a handmade or imperfect frame. A wood-carved border, a distressed brass edge, or even a mosaic of ceramic shards can reflect your personal taste and the soulfulness of handmade work. Hand-poured candles, homemade wax melts, or diffusers in scents like cedar, amber, or vanilla bean can offer an aromatic greeting. Pair this with a small wind chime or hanging bell by the door to incorporate gentle sound, completing a sensory experience that feels intimate and thoughtful. Keep your entryway fresh throughout the year by switching out small handmade pieces. In fall, add a wool throw or a rustic pumpkin bowl. In spring, change to pastel ceramics and fresh florals. This seasonal flexibility adds rhythm and flow to your home's heart. Don't be afraid to include small personal tokens, an old pair of boots by the door, a handwritten welcome note in a tiny frame, or a handmade welcome sign crafted by a family member. These touches infuse the space with memory, identity, and connection. Your entryway should also serve as a ritual space. A shallow bowl for morning keys and a handwritten quote card to inspire the day. A comfy bench where kids can tie their shoes. A hook where your favorite bag always waits. Design helps shape daily rituals and create peace in transitions. Even if your entryway is simply a corner, a wall, or the area by your door, this style still works beautifully. A floating handmade shelf, a hanging textile, and a small stool can transform the smallest spot into a soulful statement. Imperfection shines even brighter in cozy quarters. Try making some of these pieces yourself. Paint a canvas with earthy tones, build a simple wooden shoe rack, or weave a small macrame piece. These DIYs not only add charm but deepen your connection to the space. Every imperfection becomes a point of pride. Styling your entryway with Handmade Imperfect Beauty isn't about achieving a magazine-perfect look. It's about crafting a space that welcomes, comforts, and connects. In the heartbeat of your home's threshold, let raw textures, honest materials, and soulful objects tell your story. Guests will feel it. You'll feel it. And every return home will feel like a warm embrace.